Okay, we are live. Hi everyone, this is Omega Ruby this week, so today we'll be doing the game with Gardevoir, and then our video for Friday will be with Gallade. I'll record the Gallade playthrough in my Discord server shortly after this stream ends. But anyway, Gardevoir and Gallade are very good Pokemon, and this is the generation where Gardevoir became a Fairy type, so we're going to see how well that affects it. But the one thing that's going to hold both of these things back is the slow level up group. And Gallade gets access to a great setup move called Swords Dance. This thing has to get Calm Mind at level 26, which don't get me wrong, it's still a great setup move, but is it as good as Swords Dance? Probably not. Either way, I still think this will be a very good run. Oh yeah, and I changed my music for the starting soon screen. This YouTube channel named Zame actually made a lot of great Conquest remixes, and the normal battle is my favorite theme of the whole game. Technically, my favorite is either the final battle or the legendary battle with Arceus. So when that channel makes a remix for that, I'll probably put that in there. Zame is the GOAT. Oh yeah, I found him through the Conquest remixes. Someone put it in my Pokemon Conquest speedrunning Discord, which I run. And someone put the playlist in, and I'm like, wow, these are actually very good. Who knows, maybe I'll do a stream where it's just nothing but those remixes. Maybe. But otherwise, it's the same 17 tracks. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take these notes right here that Axie made. Kind of hard to find a good spot for them. Alright, I better make sure I'm playing on a Monday. Okay. Alright, so we'll be playing on Monday. You actually want to play on Monday in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire for the sole reason that in Slateport City, the little stand that sells vitamins, the little vitamin booth, actually sells their vitamins for 50% off on Mondays. So we definitely want to make sure that we get access to cheap vitamins. Alright, so let's see. I'm going to go over some of these notes here. 80 speed in the slow group isn't the best. If it was 90 speed, we wouldn't run a plus speed nature. Norman's a bit of a speed check. Anything below 85 to 90 is going to be slow. We're going with timid. The only fight we're going to struggling is the magma grunt in the woods. The ability is going to be telepathy to minimize text prints from both synchronize and trace. Trace isn't useful in a lot of spots. Maybe by tracing Sturdy on Steven and surviving a crit Iron Tail, but it's very situational and it's not worth it. Plus, tracing Truant from slacking sounds like, oh man. Can you imagine if I decided to go with Trace and I copied Truant? Oh man. But yeah, just like these notes said, I knew this ahead of time. We will have to use Struggle on the Magma Grunt in the woods because we only start with Psychic moves. Yeah, that's going to be fun. And a little tip here actually put in, on Route 104, fight Billy at the beach. He's the guy with the C-Dot. He can only directly attack you with Bide, so you can deplete all your growls and teleports pretty easily. And let's see, he even put in damage ranges. How nice of him. Let's see, against the Poochyena, level 8 struggle, 7 to 9 damage. Level 9, 8 to 10. So if we were level 9, we'd have a 78% chance to 3-hit. Ideally, we'd want level 10, but most likely we're going to get level 9. What does telepathy do? I actually don't know. I've never really used that ability. It anticipates an ally's attack and dodges it. So basically, in a double battle, if I had my HM user use Surf, Gardevoir wouldn't take damage. It's a useful ability in competitive, like to block Earthquake, but not much else. Dominic, if we were to go with Trace, that means when we fight Norman, we're going to Trace Truant, and we're only going to be able to attack every other turn. That'd be kind of bad. And these notes are long. I'm just trying to skim through them. Let's see. We're going to fight most of the trainers before Roxanne. Brawly's going to be easy. Teach Magical Leaf. Let's see. What level do I want for Watson? Level 23. Confusion 2 shots the Magnemite. Confusion Draining Kiss 3 shots Magneton. We're going to Aerodactyl the Magneton with Confusion and Draining Kiss. There's no other way about it. Let's see. Go the Remove Reminder and relearn Moonblast over Draining Kiss. We do have to wait for Psychic at 31, but Confusion should get the job done. You know what's kind of sad? It was starting Gen 7 where you could use a Heart Scale to teach a move with a Heart Scale, even if it was not a move it could have yet. So, like at the Sun and Moon Elite 4, there's a move relearner for a Heart Scale. You can use it to relearn any of your moves, even ones at level 100. If that was a thing in this game, oh man. I can definitely see why they moved the move relearner to that late in the game. Let's see, Flannery's free, teach Psychic for Norman. Grab Dazzling Gleam TM on Route 123, we need it for the Poochyena Mightyena hordes. Grab Hidden Power. Hidden Power is only for Winona's Skarmory. We don't need Hidden Power Electric anywhere else. In Mount Pyre, grab Shadow Ball. Vitamin of the day is going to be calcium and irons. We don't need Carbos. Grab Rest. Let's see. We'll get Calm Mind from Tate and Liza. Before Primal Groudon, hold an Odd Incense to power up Psychic. With Odd Incense, Psychic cleanly 2 shots, even with a plus Special Defense nature. Odd Incense. I have to figure out where that is. As for Wallace, yeah, Wallace is easy. Grab the rest of the candies. Grab the Psychic TM and Victory Road. Before Wally, use all of our candies to be at least 61. We want 63 before Steven. Alright, the League is pretty easy. And then for Steven, we're using Moonblast, Attract, Rest, and Calm Mind. Attract Skarmory, 2 Calm Minds and Pray for Luck. Rest if needed before Aggron. +2 Moonblast, 1-shots Cradily and Armaldo. With the irons, we can survive 2 Steel Wings from full at 63. Let's see, when we get to the Clay Doll, finish the rest of your Calm Minds to get to +6. Alright, Delta episode, let's see. Yeah, the Delta episode's essentially free. Okay, so basically what our strat's gonna be, get Moonblast and Psychic as soon as possible, and then just sweep the rest of the game. But I will need to look up where the Odd Incense is, because I do not know where that is. Slateport City for $9,600. Oh, there's an incense person there? $9,600? Dang. I'm gonna have to wait till later to buy that then. Well, I guess we may as well get started. Let's create an over-under. Let's take a look at our current leaderboard. Let's see, our first place is Garchomp with a 136. This is not gonna be Garchomp, I don't think. Because Garchomp had Swords Dance, which is a far better move than Calm Mind. This is honestly more comparable to Lunatone, but the thing is, Lunatone was actually in the fast level up group, not the slow group. But I don't know, Hydreigon was also in the slow group. And Hydreigon, I don't think had the best setup move. Actually, I think, oh no, it had Workup. Honestly, I'm thinking it's going to do better than Dusknoir. I think it will do better than Dusknoir. I think I'll make the over-under 140 to 145. I do think it's going to rank pretty high. I just hope I'm not overestimating it. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. 3, 2, 1, go. You picked the over? Maybe I am overestimating it. Oh, I never set my settings. Hold on. Alright. Now let's start. Very big weak steel is going to be rough in the end. Steven's the major point. I think it'll rank between Dusknoir and Mightyena because of the grunt. True, I didn't really think about the grunt, but the text in this game moves pretty fast. I don't think it's going to take that long to drain all our power points. Alright, Oras does the weird thing where it forces this in slot 1. So it's going to be kind of annoying. Oh, you can actually run away from that. In that. That's actually pretty funny. I did not know that. I'll make sure to box the Trico as soon as possible. Because I like to hack the Pokemon into my party with PK Hex, so I don't have to keep using the randomizer to recreate my ROMs every time. I'll just go ahead and... Well, actually, I don't need to deposit it, for the sole reason, like, I'm not going to have a full party. There's no need to get a full party in this game, unlike X and Y, because the Rayquaza is forced into your party at the very end. You have to lead with it. So the Trico is just going to stay there. I'm still going to catch a Zigzagoon anyway for cut. What about the double battle? Shoot, you're right. Never mind, I do need to deposit it. Thank goodness youngster Calvin doesn't have Poochyena in this game. Alright, so I need to remember to avoid the youngster specifically on this route. The other youngster. The other youngster has a Poochyena. Oh, a C-Dot. Hold on. I was going to do it on the trainer battle, but I may as well do it here. I'm pretty sure this is... I don't think this is the 1% encounter, but this has got to be like a 5% encounter. I never see C-Dot on this route. I mean, we're going to have to spam our teleports on the trainer's C-Dot on the next route. Okay, now it's starting to use struggle. Okay, that did actually help us quite nicely. Thankfully, Brendan doesn't heal you here. Alright, the trainer's right here. We do need to make sure we're at least level 9, though. But we have to drain all of our uses of confusion anyway. So it won't be that difficult to get to level 9. In fact, we might get level 10. No one else on this route is a dark type, right? No, no one else does. Yeah, Gallade is going to have to do this same thing. Gallade and Gardevoir start with the same moves. That's the potion. Let's see. There's the heart scale. Think this guy's a trainer? No, I think that's only an emerald. I'm not going to bother using repels right now. And besides, I don't think repels are available at this point. They were in the original games. You could buy repels in Petalburg. Can't buy repels until you beat Roxanne. Alright, now I'm just going to have to go around in the grass and just use up all my confusions. Oh yeah, I never caught his... Oh, no. I'm not going to catch the Zigzagoon right now. Because if I catch the Zigzagoon, I'll be forced into a double battle soon. I remember I was originally reworking my HM users in this game. But I think no matter what, we are going to need the Zigzagoon. And I was debating on actually replacing the Strength user with someone else. But in the end, our HM users for this game is just going to be a generic Strength user from Granite Cave, Zigzagoon, and Latios. We don't need anyone else. Are we good? Alright, we need 2 more Pokemon. Dude, we're almost there to level 10. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. And also, this guy heals you up, so this was actually perfect. You chose the under? Thanks for having faith in me. Hey, Yokai. Thanks for the luck. You had a Gardevoir on your team in Oras? Nice. It's a very good Pokemon to have on your team. Disarming voice, yes. Get rid of teleport. I think, wasn't it Generation 6 that got rid of teleport usage in the overworld? I know Generation 7 didn't have it when I was running Lunala, I remember asking if teleport strats were a thing, and I was told no. But does teleport work in Gen 6? I think even if it does, I don't think it's going to be that useful, just because in this game, you just get teleported everywhere. Like by NPCs, which is really helpful. Alright, I know the nose pass is going to be pretty annoying, but I think with Disarming Voice and Double Team, we should be fine. Plus, if you put Zigzagoon, you get a line who can learn Surf. Yeah, that would be the best, but the problem is it's kind of annoying catching a Linoon. And besides, the places you have to go to get Linoon, you need Surf to reach those places. Okay, that was actually kind of sketchy. And funnily enough, for some... Oh no, I was going to say we get Rock Tomb, but we actually don't. That's actually Gallade. I was making Gallade's TM moveset image. That thing learns so many TMs. Literally, for the overlay, I actually had to eliminate a lot of the filler moves, just because otherwise there would be no room. I don't like removing TMs off of my TM and level up images, because I think people need the full image. But even at the same time, it was just too extreme. I just had to cut a lot of the moves. No, this thing doesn't need Quick Claw. We have a plus speed nature, that'll be enough. Disarming Voice is 40 power, right? Yeah, 40. Okay, yeah, there's no reason to use Disarming Voice unless, I guess, unless I'm fighting an early game dragon type. Or I facing a dark type. Like this guy. Sabrina's gonna struggle with Faba and the Snarls. Sabrina's Metagross has Clear Body, so I'm not too worried about that. I don't know much about Orbeetle. I've never used it. Wish, gross. Alright, level 17's our next good move. Heal Pulse sucks. Draining Kiss is a pretty decent move to have. And then Calm Mind at 26. Alright, I need a Ziggy Boy. First try. First try. That was pretty lucky. How did Janine's team do? Her team was incredibly busted. Okay, that's going to be a good use for Fairy. Oh, my XP share is still on. You know, fun fact, all of the gym leaders in this game, Elite Four and Champion, have 0 IVs. but these gym trainers in here have 20 IVs. Literally, the gym trainers have better Pokemon than the actual gym leaders. Did Mega Mewtwo kill anybody? The Mewtwo itself, no. The Mewtwo itself was a one-shot. Not even gonna bother saving. The Lost Brawler today, right? Wow, I even one-shot the Makuhita. Yeah, in Oras, you cannot skip Brawly till later. You have to fight him second. I mean, for this Pokemon, it's not a big deal. But if we were playing a normal type, then that'd kind of be a problem. Oh, do not use the Repel yet. I need a Strength user. That's not a Strength user. I wouldn't call Gardevoir broken, because I still think Alakazam is better than Gardevoir. Just because Alakazam's in a far better growth rate. But with most people, Alakazam's a trade Pokemon and they don't have access to it. We'll struggle against Steven a little bit, sure. I don't think he's going to be that bad. We just need a bit of luck. Yeah, it is so weird that her Metagross doesn't have a Steel move. Alright, so we're going to need to fight probably almost everybody. I mean, the people in the Soda House give really good XP. But Axew said in his notes, we need a minimum of level 23 for Watson. Mainly just because we need Draining Kiss. Oh, something I've started doing, personally. This is not related to Pokemon, but it was starting today. I'm trying to really watch the amount I eat, so I decided to do this. I'm gonna eliminate as much sugar from my diet as possible. Like, for breakfast, instead of, like, having cereal, I'll make, like, some eggs or something. Maybe some toast and jam. I know there's sugar in the jam, but, like, it's sugar from fruit. What can I say? But anyway, have something like that. I'll have, something for lunch. And then my goal is, once I've eaten my lunch, I won't eat anything for the rest of the day. And if I want to crave something, I'll just eat some, like, celery or something. Because the thing is, despite how much I work out, working out can only help you so much, because you have to have a diet too. You can't just do one or the other, you have to do both. Bye, Dr. Pepper. Yep, rip Dr. Pepper. If anything, I'll eliminate to like 1 can of soda a day, but when I was at work earlier though, I did drink one of those little small cups they'd serve at gas stations, like the small sized cups. I think it was like 24 ounces. I did drink a Diet Pepsi. I know water would be better, but Diet Soda is a pretty good way to settle cravings. Better to drink that than to give in and eat some food. Is a PP up on the beach? Yeah, there is a PP up on the beach. I'll make sure to get it. Probably not use it. I'm probably going to sell it. I mean, by my side, I have some water bottles. Oh, I do not like flavor packs. Ugh. Those, like, little Kool-Aid pouches. I don't like those. I like Kool-Aid, just not the Kool-Aid pouches. Like, they just taste super watery, and there's still sugar in them. But I think simply just not eating for the rest of the day past lunch is going to be a really good way of reducing my weight. Okay, this is kind of a problem. I'm actually out of confusions. Okay, that was stupid. I ran out of confusions. Dude, I haven't healed at a center since Rustboro. I think I was kind of pushing it a little. Wow, literally since Rustboro. Oh, wait. This is the Walk of Shame. I mean, that's a good... That's good progress. Dude, this is what happens when you try to be greedy. Alright, oh. This was not a thing in the original games. You actually could not sail from 104 to 109 directly. You had to sail to Dewford, then to 109. Alright, at least it didn't take long to get back. You know what's gross? I actually saw in the water flavoring aisle at my store, they had like all the Kool-Aid pouches. There were little flavor pouches to make your water taste like soda, and I'm thinking, there is no way that can taste good. And you got taxed again. That's just like real life. You pay taxes on the gas you use, on the car every year, you pay a tax when you buy it, you pay a tax when you sell it. Your same dollar is taxed like 30 million times. My favorite Kool-Aid is the Tropical Punch ones. I actually don't have to worry about taxes. I've filed in February. I've already received my federal refund. I'm waiting for the state. It's taking forever because I think my state passed some sort of new, like, law with how they file state taxes. So it's taken a while. Steel Pulse, gross. They ruined... Avoid A&W root beer flavor packs. I would avoid flavor packs that tries to mimic soda. And also, I don't get the hate with A&W root beer. I've heard a lot of people hate A&W root beer. I think they're one of the better root beers. I'm not much of a root beer person. Yeah, I live on the West Coast. Not on the West Coast, specifically. Like, I don't live near the ocean. But I live in the Pacific Northwest. I've actually been to an A&W restaurant once. It was like a part convenience store, part gas station, part restaurant. It was pretty cool. Apparently that place's specialty is their root beer floats. There's one like that by you? Nice. Yeah, then again, I went there like 4 years ago. We learn Taunt. Oh, we do learn Taunt, so we could theoretically use the Taunt TM for Phoebe, but we get Shadow Ball. We'll probably one-shot it. I've never been a root beer float person either. Yeah, literally right now, I haven't eaten anything since my lunch, and my lunch period finished at noon. So you could say 11:45 was when I last ate. And I won't eat again till tomorrow morning. Yeah, Shadow Ball and Moonblast. Dude, I'm still holding my Oranberry. Honestly, I'm starting to think it's not how much you eat, it's when you eat. Because I know you shouldn't eat within 5 hours before going to bed, but I've been so bad at that because whenever I would get home from work, I'm never hungry. Like, just never hungry. I think it's just guys I snack too much throughout the day, which is a problem. And then when I do get hungry, it's at like 9 o'clock at night. But I've also read that having just one meal a day, but making it the biggest meal ever, is also not a good idea. You want to balance it with 3, like, okay-sized meals. But I'm trying to skip dinners just because dinner in general is just too late for me in the day. But yeah, I need to figure out ways of, do I want charge beam? No. I'm trying to figure out a way to, like, appease my cravings. And the one idea I have is, like, a Diet Pepsi. There's no calories or sugar in it. And, way better than eating crap. Like, I'm still gonna mostly drink water, like, I already do that, but, like, if the craving ever comes up, just drink one of those. That's what I'm thinking. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pick myself up the mock bike. Protein bars are... Okay, protein bars are disgusting. Fruit bars? The closest thing to a fruit bar I've had are those, like, cereal bars. I'm okay with cereal bars, but the problem is they don't fill me much. I'll end up eating like 6 of them, which is not a good idea. Alright, we're almost level 23. I think after we fight the gym trainers, we'll be level 23. Alright, so yeah, Watson's going to be kind of a difficult fight. We're going to have to 2-shot the Magnemite and then 3-shot the Magneton. But at least we'll get Draining Kiss pretty soon. I don't have any full heals, but I picked up a bunch of cherry berries. I'm just waiting to beat the gym trainers first before I use a cherry berry. Yeah, I know I'm still paralyzed. I'll heal it after the trainer. Dude, why do I have the extended music in my music pool? Alright, cherry berry. I'm gonna skip this song. Man, I like this one. I mean, Daniel, we can always think about that next Monday. I don't think her Sabrina team... I don't think my Sabrina team has either Gardevoir or Glade. I don't think it has either of them. Ooh, nice. 3-shot. That looked like a range. And that was surprisingly easy. Oh, I did not get attract. Okay, I better go get that. I know the rival's going to heal me pretty shortly. So I'm not going to heal at the center right now. Man, I hate Plusland Minin. I hate Illumise too. Illumise. I hate that thing too. Funnily enough, in this game, I'll actually use the Mach Bike. But in the original games, I would actually prefer the Acro Bike. But yeah, I have read the comments in the Janine stream trying to figure out how I should do a leaderboard or tier list for the teams. In the end, I am going to make a tier list. I'm going to rank the teams based on like their team composition, the movesets, and generally how easy they had it. I'm not going to rank them based on the real time, just like how easy they had it. And the game they're in will be taken into account. Like, we'll think, what if this was the other game? Would this be any better or any worse? But I think before the Sabrina stream, we'll probably make the leaderboard. What's so special about Illumise? Nothing. Like an exam? Okay, maybe not like typing out an essay, but we'll look at a few factors and we'll come to a conclusion and decide what tier does this Pokemon belong in. Like, can we really say Janine's team would be an S tier? Because yes, one Pokemon carried her, but there were still some struggle points. Alright, time to get Moonblast. More like A tier, because it's solid, but still has some struggles against Giovanni, Faba, and Cyrus. Yeah, Faba had to go really slow and steady. But yeah, we'll make a tier list. I can definitely say, like, if we're doing S tier, A, B, C, D, E, and F tier. Oh, I just found this out from Axu. There's a Comet Shard and Rarebone at the bottom of these craters. Surprisingly, nothing at the bottom of that one. Yeah, those can sell for really good money. Misty's team, I would definitely put in the E tier, because I wouldn't say it's an F tier team, because, one, she did have a Choice Scarf Starmie, but everything else was just bad. Honestly, Erica's team, I would actually make Erica's team F tier. Because half of her team had access to moves, to abilities like Chlorophyll, but none of her Pokemon had Sunny Day. And better yet, her only setup user was a Vileplume with Swords Dance, and its only move was Drain Punch, which was awful. You know what? You're right. F tier should be the ones that can't beat Giovanni. Honestly, I think the only ones that straight up can't beat Giovanni would have to be electric type teams. But Lieutenant Surge is able to. I think Surge would have to go in the... I think I'd put Surge in D tier. Because Giovanni was possible, but it took a while to figure out the strat. And once you do know the strat, it's pretty consistent. It involved making sure the Electrode kept its Focus Sash. You basically had to reset if the Dugtrio ever went Stealth Rock. You wanted to use Sandstorm. No, I don't think Surge Bruno tier is necessary. Honestly, I might just skip an E tier. I'm of the opinion that I think E tiers are pretty pointless. Like, I think the only tiers that we should have are S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, and F tier. And who knows, maybe we'll use that leaderboard for like other teams. If we choose to go from not just gym leaders, but if we choose to go with other people in the future. Alright, equip the person barrier because the Mighty Anna likes to use swagger. Hey, it worked with Confuse Ray. Yeah, Cradily completely carried it, but if it weren't for Cradily, Erica would not have been able to beat Giovanni. It wasn't like Cradily was extremely overpowered, it was just the only thing that could survive a freaking hit. Yeah, we'll talk more about the tier list once the stream comes. Yeah, because before we'll play Sabrina, we'll definitely go over the first 5 gym leaders, and we'll all discuss and debate what rank they should go in. I mean, we won't know that for sure until we get to them. Because honestly, I would not put Surge in the F tier, because Surge's team was actually really good. It did good at everything but Giovanni. But at Giovanni specifically, when we knew what the correct strat was, he can be beaten pretty consistently. I think Surge I would put in the C tier. But we'll have to look at the other teams for sure when it comes around. Dang it. Plus, yeah, like I said, we can use the tier list for like other teams we choose to use. Like if we choose to do Elite Four teams, rival teams, random ass teams. What level do we get Psychic? 31. We are probably not getting that. To be fair though, Moonblast is more powerful than Psychic, so I don't think it matters. Yeah, because Psychic is 90 power, but Moonblast is 95, which is just nuts. There we go. I should have remembered to talk to the lady south of Rustboro and get a Chestoberry. If I had remembered to do it, that fight would have been free. Yeah, we'll do our vitamin buy after we beat Winona. That way we get fly. Okay, let's see. I still have plenty of repels. Well, I guess I should go check. Dude, I can already buy full restores? That's just nuts. How fast is the second slacking? I don't know. Not off the top of my head. You know, fun fact, if we actually don't need cut for anything, we could actually skip Zigzagoon and go straight to Makuhita. Because Makuhita actually learns Surf. Thing is, cut is an optional TM, though. But a couple of rare candies are blocked off by it. .65 speed, because at level 30 it was a speed tie. Really, I was speed tied with it? Dang. I didn't realize. Alright, Latios. Great HM user. Oh, Dazzling Gleam. I still need a shiny with the Latios. I have the shiny Latios and the Latios. Those were the only shiny hunts I have fully committed to the very end. I don't want to commit to legendary shiny hunts again. No, keep Magical Leaf for coverage. No, if it was modest, it would have been a speed tie. You were timid to avoid it. Oh, okay. Whoops. I encountered the Mimic Circle. Check it out. PP Max. And having the Mach Bike actually lets you head directly into the Weather Institute, and you actually avoid a battle. Because if you don't have the Mach Bike, you're required to fight a Bird Keeper. I did get the Cobalion, Terrakion, and but Virizion, I will wait for because the A donuts suck. I attempted to shiny hunt the Virizion, but I ended up just quitting after like an hour. Besides, I had already caught a shiny Victory Bell in there anyway with my level 3 donut. I'm like, you know what? I got my goal in here. I'm out of here. Dude, this would completely destroy if this was Alpha Sapphire. Just in case. Yeah, that's one of my biggest problems with Team Magma and Team Aqua in general. You know, if I wanted to, I could go get Grass Knot behind this gym. Ominous music. Can barely even hear it. Okay. You want to know why that happened? Sand attack. I should probably set up on the Swellow instead. The Swellow has double team. Hey, thankfully it doesn't have sturdy. Classic. Okay, what do I need to fly and get? Uh, Vitamins. Alright. Odd Incense. And I remember in Olola where that's like 2,000. 5,000. 15,000. Oh my god. I don't want proteins. Don't want that carbos. I do want that iron, actually. Wait. What the hell? Why isn't it Monday? I must have set it to the wrong day. Oh well. I've got plenty of money. What's the 7 of these? Oh well. Not as many vitamins as I'd like. Wait, am I out of repels? Oh shoot, I'm out of repels. The 26 less defense EVs? Am I at my There's no way I'm at my EV cap. I wouldn't worry about that right away. Here's a little pro tip. Enter this place, then leave. That way, if you choose to do some training down here, you can actually just fly back to the Mount Pyre. Check it out. I don't know that would happen. We still have the person berry. Hey, the person berry is gone. Right as I said that. Honestly, should I just get rid of Hidden Power Electric for Shadow Ball? I'm actually going to equip the Expert Belt. Good job, Camerupt. Yeah, that should be enough super repels now. Honestly, I could have just done my vitamin of the day here. I didn't need to do it earlier. I mean, doing it earlier is always helpful for EVs. You know what's funny? In a couple of days, Pokemon Pokopia is going to come out. And, I don't know how, but apparently the gaming critics have already given it a score of 90, which is apparently their highest rated Pokemon game on some websites. Like, some websites have Pokopia above Soul Silver. It makes me wonder if the game is truly that good. Like, it's not out yet for a couple of days. If it's truly that good, or if some sort of conspiracy is happening, because I refuse to believe it's that high. If it was like low to mid 80s, that would make more sense. But having it rank that high, like normally critics give Pokemon games at least critic scores usually in the mid 80s, but it being all the way up at 90, that's very fishy to me. Game journalism in a nutshell. Yeah, 7.8 out of 10, too much water. I remember when IGN gave Explorers of Sky a 3 out of 10. I mean, we'll see when it comes out. I mean, I'm not buying it right away, but I know some people are. I'll wait for actual gamer reviews to come out first. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, critic reviews can easily be influenced, but so can game creator reviews. Like, have you ever heard of a thing called hive mind? Like, if one really big person says, like, this game sucks, 20 other people will say the same thing. Like, I still think the audience review score for Legends ZA on some websites is way too low, because it's not accurate. Because when you look at all the people online who talk about the game, you do not see 30% positive, 70% negative. More like the other way around. So some things can be influenced because... Oh, I should have taught Dazzling Gleam. Because those, a lot of those review websites where users can actually give their own rating, you don't have to have actually played the game. Like, seriously, if you want to go to, like, Rotten Tomatoes, for example, to rate a movie, you don't have to have watched the movie first. Yeah, if I had remembered to teach Dazzling Gleam, that would have been a lot easier. And funnily enough, a lot of people like to talk about like BDSP being the worst Pokemon games. You'll see most people online talk about the game negatively. You would think BDSP on most websites would have a score of like, I don't know, 35%, but it's actually not. Like if you go to Google and look at the average thumbs up, thumbs down score, BDSP is like low 70s. Most websites, the user score is pretty low, but the critic score is like in the mid 70s. So sometimes what you hear people actually talk about versus what the reviews say can be two different things. Like if a game's rated at like 35% positive, you would expect online coverage to be 35% positive, 65% negative. But sometimes that's not what's represented. Yeah, because if we were to go solely based on like those critic scores, then the Mystery Dungeon games are the worst side games ever. I think generally where you can truly see how a game is rated is if the critic reviews and the gamer reviews are similar. Like if Pokopia is rated 90% good, by the gaming critics, but the audience score is like 85, that's usually a sign the game is very good. But if the critics rate it 90 and the users rate it like 60, then there's a huge discrepancy and you should be wary of the game. You should at least look at it for yourself first. But if it was the other way around, like if the critics rated it 30%, but the users rated it 85, that means the critics had to have been bought out. Man, this run's going great so far. Alright, Shadow Ball the Soul Rock first. Wow, even Expert Belt didn't really do much to it. I mean, there have been actual true things happening where a lot of the critics will get paid out. That has happened before. Because here's the thing, how else do you think they got access to the game that early? Game Freak had to give them early access to it. Funnily enough, I remember early on, the game's biggest controversy was just the fact that it was on a key card. Which I get sucks, but at the same time, it wasn't Game Freak's decision to do that. It was Tecmo Koei. It was them who decided to put it on a key card. There was no reason for them to put it on a key card. Like, if I ever did buy the game, I would just cut out the middleman and just buy it digitally. Because a key card is still a digital game anyway. Like, the only potential benefit to a key card is you could have one, like, game cartridge allow 3 different people's Switches to digitally download a game. But then again, at this day and age, it's not really like a Nintendo-specific thing. How many games on PlayStation, for example, have the entire games on their discs? Like, why do you think when you download a game, or when you put a disc into your PS5, it has to download a massive update? You're downloading the rest of the game. Like, a small percentage of the game is actually kept on the disc, including the license to play the game. Also, BDSP is not the worst reviewed. That's Scarlet and Violet just because of first impressions. That is true, yeah. I wonder if Scarlet and Violet came out on the Switch 2 specifically. And, like, you guys know how Scarlet and Violet runs on the Switch 2? It runs really good. The question is, if it came out on that, would the audience score be higher? Honestly, it probably would be. But honestly, I think Gen 10 has very big potential. I think if the gameplay is as good as the trailers show, it does have the potential to be, at that point, the best mainline series game on the Switch. Like, by a long shot. Just if the gameplay is as good as the trailers look. N1, I'm gonna ban you for that. You better delete that message right now. Setup was a mistake? You're probably right. It's kind of the trap of setup moves. You think, oh, I have a setup move, I have to use it. Yeah, gameplay and good writing, yeah. I mean, at least since the game's not coming out till next year, Game Freak's gonna have time to cook. Like, let it cook in the oven. Hopefully that results in a very good game. Okay, that's better, N1. That's much better. I have been seeing the memes start to die, thankfully. I haven't been really seeing people talk about it as much, but I really don't want to risk bringing it back. Burn the oven? I mean, I guess if you leave a pizza in the oven for too long, it gets burned. Honestly, that's probably what happened with Prime 4. I know a lot of casual players and critics really liked Prime 4, but from what I've heard from people who actually love the Metroid games, I've heard a lot of people say it was very underwhelming for how long it took to make, because Prime 4 was in development hell for like 7 years, and when it finally came out, according to them, it was just a mediocre game. I mean, I have no stake in it because I've never played any Metroid game. I'm just not a fan of Metroidvanias in general. But I have heard that, I have heard that reasoning from some Metroid players, though. Yeah, the Odd Incense is pretty good. I'm gonna equip it for Groudon. Honestly, I think GTA 6 is going to be similar, because think about it, it's a giant meme with how long GTA 6 has taken to come out. I can guarantee you, if the game eventually comes out at all, like if it's not just a made-up thing at this point, people are going to expect it to be the best game in the entire series by a long shot. It has to make Grand Theft Auto 5 look like a piece of garbage. I don't think it's going to live up to that standard, though. I think a lot of people's hopes are going to die because of how long the game took. It's actually gotten to the point where a lot of people just aren't interested in GTA 6 anymore. They just make fun of it for the meme. Not as good as Primes 1 through 3. I've heard some people say it's the worst of the Prime games. Kingdom Hearts 4 is just a myth, like Half-Life 3 kind of myth. Alright, so let's hope we two-shot it with Psychic. That was a barely two-shot. Oh my god. Does anyone want to do the range on that? No clue if it had a plus special defense nature. I mean, let's just assume it doesn't. Let's assume neutral nature. You know, fun fact, that tree that's planted in the middle of Satopolis was actually planted by AZ. Oh yeah, I don't know, there are some people who have low expectations, but I think the trailer did blow a lot of people away. So assuming neutral nature, 87% chance to 2-hit. So if it was minus special defense, that'd be guaranteed. But if it was plus special defense, most likely it was going to be like a 50-50 shot. That also depends on the IVs as well. Oh, that's assuming 0 IVs. Game Freak is going to make billions of dollars again. I mean, they pretty much always do. I mean, people can't really complain about that if they're still buying their products anyway. Dude, I think the TCG brings in more money than the actual games. I actually read somewhere that the games is actually a sliver of their revenue. The biggest part of their revenue is actually merchandise. Like t-shirts, plushes, the card game. That's the biggest percentage. And then I think then there's the anime, then the games. But they know they still have to make the games anyway, because everything else literally derives from the games. It'd be 11% actually. Yeah, that's honestly why I don't take a lot of those people complaining seriously. Kind of like when people were complaining about the Switch 2 price, but a lot of them still bought one at launch anyway. I mean, I thought Pokopia is very overpriced. It still looks very overpriced. But then again, seeing how the gaming critics in the media rated it, I'll give it a chance and wait for like player reviews. I'll wait for those too. Because like I said earlier, if they both end up being good, like if the critics and audience scores are both high, then that's usually a sign of a great game. So I'll wait. I'll wait on it. I probably won't prioritize playing it, but who knows? Game Freak doesn't price them, Nintendo does. I don't know who prices. I don't think it really matters. And besides, price is all subjective anyway. Like, there are some people where, hey, that game is totally worth the $30. And there's some people like, no, it is not worth 30. Like, it's all subjective. It depends on your personal like. You sent that message twice. Okay, I need to go swap the mock bike for the acro bike. Okay, it's... How much was Mario Kart World? Mario Kart World was $70. Wasn't it? Wasn't Mario Kart World $69.99? Or no, it was $7. I can't remember exactly what its price was. World was 80. Okay, most likely Gen 10 will be $80, most likely. But then again, if it's a game that hold on. Is there still more candies? There's still a rare candy toward the rapid routes. If it's a game that not only looks really good, plays really good, and I can get hundreds of hours of content from it, then I'll say it was worth it. But right now, we don't know much about the game, so I can't say if it's worth or not. It's considered worse than Mario Kart 8. To be fair, I never really played Mario Kart 8. Like, maybe I played it at a friend's house on his Wii U once a long time ago. But to me, Mario Kart's Mario Kart. I think my biggest criticism with World is it doesn't have tracks from previous games, but Mario Kart 8 did. But I don't know, I still think Mario Kart World's pretty good. I really do like the selection of characters you have. Like, I really enjoy racing as a snowman. Or a cow. That's the candy. Okay, I need to try that again. Okay, why would a Mario Kart game need post-game? Unless you're talking about something else. Right here. Yep. Alright, that's all the candies we'll need. No, when was the last time Nintendo has actually dropped their prices for first-party titles? Oh, for Gen 10, not Mario Kart World. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I think Scarlet and Violet had a pretty decent post-game. I think Scarlet and Violet actually had the best DLC of the 3 games. It gave you so much to do. Like, if you were to complete everything that was possible in Scarlet and Violet, it would take you a long time. But I don't know, like I said, we don't know anything. Okay, I should probably get out of here. Yeah, most likely they're not putting as much effort into their post games just because there'll be a DLC made for it. That's also probably true. I mean, they still have a post game, but the thing is, like, is it a good post game? Like, I remember with Scarlet and Violet's post game was I think it involved you having to refight the gym leaders. There was the Ruinous Quartet legendaries. But then again, most post games are generally underwhelming. But then people mention like Heart Gold and Soul Silver's post game. I don't count the Kanto. You've got to be kidding. I don't count the Kanto section of Johto to be post game because the Johto region itself was so freaking small that they had to have a massive post game to make up for it. Like, I don't think it's fair to count that as post game. I must have hit myself with Confuse Ray a lot. I bet later gens will have loot boxes. Okay, I'm not willing to go that far. The only kinds of games that have loot boxes or microtransactions are games you can get for free. Like Fortnite. Fortnite has loot boxes and microtransactions, and that's a free game. Technically, I guess Minecraft Bedrock has microtransactions, but that's more so their Minecraft store. It's not really a microtransaction. Champions is most likely going to have microtransactions because it's a free game. But it makes sense. They have to make their money somehow. And besides, any game that has loot boxes or microtransactions, they're not required. You can do all of that stuff without paying. You just have to put in the work for it. Kind of like TCG Pocket. You can use your own money to buy a bunch of digital booster packs to get good cards, but you're not required to. Oh yeah, Masters is the same thing. I think Pokemon Cafe has microtransactions in it, but that's because they're free games. If it was a paid game and there was microtransactions like the Call of Duty series, then that's another thing. Unless Nintendo gets bought out by Activision, I don't think it's going to happen. Alright, so Axu said we need level 63 for Steven. I should have used my candies before Wally. We'll be fine. What did that thing use? Nuzzle? Uh-oh. Reset. Okay, use the candies this time. That was discharge. Ah. Lost to Delcatty, what a shame. I know, I should be ashamed of myself. That's why I counted Cherryberry for Wally. To be fair, Axu, I skimmed through your notes for, like, the major fights. You put a lot of information into your notes that I just can't memorize. I mean, it's helpful for anyone who clicks on the paste link on the paste link in the description. They're really detailed notes if anyone wants to look at them. Okay, I'm level 60 and a half. Can I get 63 for Steven? Maybe? I guess even if I don't, level 62 should still be fine. I don't know if you can. Yeah, I probably won't. But level 62 should still be fine. Yeah, I might want the Expert Bell for Phoebe. Or Personberry. And I think... I already used my candies, Dominic. I'm gonna go Personberry. So I'm gonna try and set up one Calm Mind on the lead Dusclops. The poll's tied? Oh yeah, it is. Shadow Punch. I just wasn't sure if the lead Dusclops had Confuse Ray. I know it does in the original games, I just don't know about the remakes. It does? Okay. I do get excited for your streams. Yeah, I know you do, Dominic. Light screen. Why are you running on thin ice? Why am I running on thin ice? Did I get in trouble with someone? Light screen's gone. Oh, you know what? 62 and 55%. I might actually get 63. That was a pretty good joke. You gotta admit that. I think one Calm Mind should be enough. Yeah, but that's with the slow group. Remember Steven? Oh yeah, there's a moveset. My moveset's gonna be Moonblast, Rest, Attract. I'll look. Hold on. Let me bring up my notes. Moves Moonblast, Calm Mind, Attract, Rest. Okay. Oh, I never got the Psychic TM. I probably don't need it. Well, maybe I do. Not Odd Incense. I need... Chesto... I don't have a Chesto Berry. Shoot. Yeah, Skarmory does have Toxic. Yeah, I probably should have done Pecha Berry. Oh. Oh my god, that was so lucky. I was so lucky. Oh my god. Pause. Let me read these notes. +6 is needed to one-shot Mega Metagross with Moonblast? The light screen was still up? Oh. Whoops. Okay. Do the fight over again. Equip a Pecha Berry. Yep. Yeah, I need to stall out the Claydol. The stupid thing is, because of that Aggron having Sturdy, if I'm not at full HP, I have to use Attract on it. Oh my god, crit. Well, This was honestly the biggest mistake of this run, was not getting a Chesto Berry. A very minor thing. Stop critting me, you sack of crap. The thing keeps critting me. Honestly, I could have won this first try if I had played that fight better. There we go. Right, it just used light screen. Alright, I'm gonna need to make the text go a little slower. Light screen wore off. There we go. How many tries did that take? That was like 4 or 5 tries. Alright, break time. It took 5 tries. You know, that's not too bad. Would have been a first try if I wasn't an idiot. This would have been dreadful if I didn't plan it carefully. It certainly would have been. But then again, if I had did this on stream, we would have been like, okay, what do we do? Let's see, we need calm. Honestly, I would have came to the same conclusion you did. I would have probably required Attract, Rest, and Calm Mind. But my main spamming move, honestly, it was most likely going to be Hidden Power Fire. But honestly, though, the biggest mistake was forgetting the Chesto Berry. If I had remembered to get the Chesto Berry, this would have been somewhat consistent. Shadow Ball won't work on the rival after Steven. Let me tell you something, Axu. I don't require myself to win that fight. It's a completely optional fight that doesn't require... it doesn't earn me experience or anything. It's just a waste of time in the credits. It's like the AZ fight. Trust me, actually, you don't need to plan for that fight. If I lose the fight, whatever. I mean, I'll always attempt to win. Just because it's faster to do that than just letting Suelo kill everything. But you don't have to plan for it. Yeah, I learned a lot from my AZ flow around my first ORS. I translated most of my strats. Oh, nice. But still, either way, actually, this strat wasn't really that bad for Steven. I should have just remembered the Chesto Berry. That was my biggest mistake. Ooh, Delta episode. Okay, yeah, I really overestimated Gardevoir. Even if I had played Steven Stone properly, this would not get under 140. I mean, the Delta episode alone to get to Zinnia, or the Wallace fight, would take like 12 minutes. The Chesterberry wasn't behind a Poochyena? What are you talking about exactly? I'll probably teach Hidden Power Electric. That was the very last moment, by the way. Oh, I'm out of, Oh, shoot, I'm out of Super Repels. You can reteach it via the tutor? Yeah, I'm aware of that. I just sold my heart scale. I mean, I don't think there's a fight coming up where I absolutely have to have Psychic. Like, as long as I have Moonblast, we should be good. Go to Pacific Log and get Psyshock. Where is Psyshock? I've actually never obtained that TM before. Because I do have to go to there anyway for the Delta episode. But still, I don't think it's mandatory. Like, Moonblast is just straight up a more powerful move. Let's see how well I can memorize the Delta episode. You mean for the poison fights? I've got Shadow Ball. Yeah, I did definitely overestimate Gardevoir with that over-under. Like, there's no way it was going to perform as well as Lunatone and Hydreigon. I do need to remember before the Magma Grunts take over the space station, I need to remember to teach Dazzling Gleam. Apparently it's in the southeast house. Oh, that's actually good to know. Also, there is a Magma Grunt here with a Weezing, but this guy's Weezing likes to use 5 Destiny Bonds first. Hey, the Pecha Berry got used. Alright, so it's at this point where the Magma Grunts will take over, so I need to teach Dazzling Gleam. Alright, next up, this place. I have actually used physical moves on those guys before. There were runs I taught Bulldoze for that fight, and even at -5 attack, Bulldoze still one-shots everything just because they are literally level 25. Blade will need to two-hit them. There is a little trick I can do. I can actually deposit my HM users before that fight to prevent them from using Roar. But I would have to go back to the center and re-withdraw. Either that, or I can actually soar with the Eon Flute to Lily Cove. And then just use the center there so I don't have to do the walking. But I'm not really sure if that's any better or not. Wait, fly to Satopolis. What am I doing? Oh, you're talking with Dazzling Gleam? That doesn't make sense. I actually routed Dazzling Gleam for Glade for the Mightyena Horde. That would actually make sense. Okay, this would be the one fight I should have taught Psyshock for. Hold on. Do any of his Pokemon have Rain Dish? Or, not Rain Dish, Swift Swim. I think the Sea King does. Not like it matters, though. It came out too late. Wow, that was actually really close. Alright, so is Calm Mind necessary for Zinnia? Spam Moonblast, 65 minimum, Expert Belt guarantees Goodra. If the Goodra goes down, the rest of her team goes down. And Noivern has 141 speed. Okay, so this thing is most likely going to finish with a 152. Which is still a very good time, because that will still beat Mightyena's time. But the question is... Well, not a question. It will not beat Dustnor's time. Dustnor in 4th place has a time of 1:45.54, but Mightyena in 5th place is a 1:55.46. Mightyena's big problem, even though it got Howl and Moxie, is the time waste from Moxie activating every single time. You know, it's actually really cool in the Mega Dimension DLC for ZA when you fight Rayquaza. You're actually fighting it in an arena that looks like the Sky Pillar. Really cool. How the hell did I get an Ultra Ball? Oh, wait. It's because I never got the Master Ball. Oh, that's a massive problem. Oh my god. Oh right, she gives you an Ultra Ball to try and catch it. Okay, this is the second row. Oh, you might be actually be able to grab that in an angle. Dang it. Yeah, this was two big throws. Okay. That was a couple minute time waste. This Rayquaza has Hidden Power Dragon. This will still be faster than Mightyena, but yeah, that was definitely a throw. 154.03. 7 resets, 2 blackouts. Level 68. Yeah, like Mightyena did have mediocre stats too. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Gallade will be better? I'm pretty confident Dusknoir is going to be faster than Gardevoir no matter what. The Grunt in the Woods and Steven are rough. That is true. Alright, game time of 7:17. Yeah, level 68. Problem is, Gallade's stab moves are worse than Gardevoir's. Yeah, but Gallade gets Swords Dance. Swords Dance is a far better setup move than Calm Mind is. It's not even close. And you get the TM for it right before Flannery, too. But I guess we'll see when we get there. But yeah, I'll do the run in my Discord server later tonight. Like in probably like 30 minutes. Anyway, if we take a quick look at the leaderboard, Gardevoir got 5th place overall. It did better than Mightyena and Mawile, but worse than Dusknoir. Yeah, there's just no way that thing will beat Dusknoir. Dusknoir, what made Dusknoir really good, Dusknoir has very good bulk, and I think its attack stat is okay, but it was able to get the elemental punches for coverage, and it had the fast level up group too. Hydreigon had workup. Lunatone did have Calm Mind, yes. It was at a very early level, and fast level up group. That made a huge difference. And Garchomp, literally just Swords Dance. That thing is busted. Anyway, yeah, thank you all for stopping by, everyone. I do appreciate it. The next stream will be tomorrow. I'll be doing some Rogue Mega Rush speedruns to try and improve my PB, but the next actual solo run stream will be most likely, I think it'll be on Friday. We'll be doing Pokemon Moon with Heracross. I did say random Pokemon on the schedule, but I forgot Black666 Metal, one of my YouTube members, requested Heracross, so I'm going to be doing Heracross and Moon this week. So I guess we'll see how that goes. And also, for anyone in Scott's solo running Discord server, tomorrow at 12 p.m. Mountain Time, 2 p.m. EST, he and I are actually going to do like a friendly race with each other in Pokemon Crystal with Voltorb. I'll actually be playing with his rule set. And it'll be a first playthrough setting, because Scott's going to record Voltorb for a video. And I told him I'll play along with him. It won't be more like a race, more like a friendly competition playthrough. But if you end up if anyone ends up missing it, it'll be uploaded to the channel as members-only content. I got Scott's permission to do so. Yeah, I will see y'all later.